What I've been being reminded the most to remember in this kind of period of my life is to not lose the plot, and not just to not lose the plot, but to alchemize and really turn everything I feel into a greater creation. As I was sitting here, I had heavy emotions mixed with positive emotions. And I feel like no matter the emotions that I feel or the thoughts that I have, beauty can be created out of it. It doesn't matter if it's in a sense negative, which I don't even view negativity as negativity. I now view it as a point of view as like, this is something that can change the way how I see something. There's an opportunity in here. There's an opportunity of growth here. And there is so much fear, but the fear is from the past. And this is a topic that I wanted to talk about. The energy of the past, what the past can create, right? Because think about it, if we did something in the past and we failed at it or made a big mistake at it in the past, we're most likely going to hold that memory, and that memory is going to prevent us from trying it again or trying something similar to it again. So I feel like whenever we make a belief or we choose something different or we make a different decision, we should follow up in that energy, not from what we've learned and done from the past. Of course, if there is something you've learned of great value from that circumstance and situation, bring it into the experience so that you have a greater grasp as to how to move through it. But also, there is this energy of, if you can only remember the past parts of those things that hurt you, took away from you, and saw it as failure, erase it completely. Erase it completely. It's no longer your memory. It is just it's literally what it is, the past. It is called the past for a reason. It is not no longer in the present moment. When I clicked on this video, that is the past. And what I want to take with it, if I want to take anything from the past, I want to take what benefits me from the past. You know what I mean? I want to take the benefits from the past. We don't want to take the hardship from the past. Yes, that can remind us of where we came from and where we grew from, but if we only take the painful moments from the past, the failures from the past, we will never want to up-level. We will never want to grow. We will never want to make mistakes because we are thinking from this hesitation because of what we felt from the past. And I even said that as I was making new beliefs. I said, it doesn't matter how I said it in the past and what happened in the past. That is no longer what I'm carrying, because then that prevents me from trying it. That prevents me from wanting to do it because I messed up in the past, because I didn't do it a certain way in the past. So what? That doesn't mean I can't do it now. I've grown, I've changed. I trust that I can do it now. I know that I can do it now. That's kind of how the belief is going on. So it's like, unless it's a past memory that is benefiting the growth of you now, erase it. Erase it. Erase it. Don't allow it to take away the moment of growth, of change, of pronounced beauty within self. The only way we can find beauty within self is if we give ourselves the opportunity to. And sometimes we don't even give it the opportunity to do that because of past circumstances. I fear doing this because in the past when I did this happened. That's basically essentially it. As I'm here with myself, I think the whole point of my journey, I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey. Like, I do these videos literally to, like, not just hold accountability for myself, but, like, I just it just brings me back into the moment. It brings me back into the higher perspective and the reasoning as to why I do what I do, the reasoning why I am here. It like brings me back. It like gives me what I need to move forward. That's why I make these videos. Yes, I give these videos hoping that whoever reads it, even if it's just one person who watches this, they watch this and gain a perspective from it that they wouldn't have gained if they didn't watch the video. And now they know something that can benefit them for their now moment. For their now moment. And that is what matters to me. I can care less about the views, because this is growing me either way. This is benefiting me either way. This is giving me value either way. No matter how this goes, this is giving me value. This is giving me skill. This is giving me a process of creation, an energy of creation, putting more time and effort into creation. This is all a part of my benefit and of my growth. So why wouldn't I do it? If I'm just doing it for the views or the etc., it's never going to feel meaningful, and it will never go where it can go. It can never grow if it's just for views and money, because then I'm just going to do it out of exhaustion and out of force. But if I'm doing it out of I want to grow, I want to learn, knowing that me wanting to grow and me wanting to learn is going to project that energy outwardly into the video, into the people who are watching, we're both getting an exchange. It is an exchange. As I'm speaking to you right now, I feel fear, but I also feel remembrance. I feel the mix of it all. I feel the mix of my capacity to learn, my capacity to hold uncomfortable circumstances and situations being expanded at this moment. I know it's a busy street. I know it's loud, but I just sat here. There's a mix of like intention and flow in everything that I do. The flow was me sitting here where I'm at in this moment, and the intention is to put as much value into myself as I would into others. And as I put the value into myself, I am hopefully putting value into others. That is really it. Everything is intentional with what I do. I'm very intentional, especially when I write, I draw, I make my videos. I do a lot of things, a lot of creative things. And I think what has been hard for me is to make it visible. This is where I am visible. Even if it's in the littlest form, I am visible with my art. I am I can't even say the word. Generous with my art, with my work. I am being generous. I am being visible. I am practicing the habits that I want to embody fully. And that is the whole premise and the whole reasoning behind what I do. Even with these cars walking by, I am being watched and observed as I am doing this. This is opening my capacity. Everything that I have been doing, I've realized, is to grow me. It's really not about the outcome. It is about who I become as I do these things. What things I grow and what muscle memory I gain from doing these things. As I am looking up, I am being observed. I am being watched. But then I am learning the comfortability in being in that energy and in that moment. If I didn't make this video, I wouldn't even hear the information I'm hearing right now, the way how I'm hearing it. There is something about when I click on this video, when I click the record button, I remember where I'm at. I remember the points. I remember the value. And so I say to anybody who is creating, well, I have half of the information. I say create with your heart. Do not create for the outcome, because the outcome is inevitable. The outcome is destined. The outcome is destined. So don't do it for the outcome. Do it for what you gain through the middle points of learning, growing, being more consistent, just doing whatever you're doing. Do it for what it gives you in the moment. Because what this gives me in the moment is lessons, higher perspective, visibility, change, growth, creation, being seen as the main character in my story, in a sense. This all gives value, and the value it gives is more important than the material thing it brings externally. It is more important than what it gives to me externally. What it gives to me internally changes what it grows out externally, if that makes sense. It's like, and my throat is like hurting. Woo. And I made a promise to myself, and that promise was to create every single day. And I have different forms of creation, and I just want to make sure that every day I am doing something of creation. It doesn't matter how big, how small. What matters is creation, because I want to leave something in this world, and I want what to be left in this world to be the betterment of this planet as a whole. And that is what is important to me. And what is also important to me is my legacy, is the generations moving forward from me, to see what is possible, to see what is actually capable of, what can happen, what happens when you choose to do little by little every single day. One step forward every single day is 365 steps. I don't fucking know how they said it. Someone said it and I'm gonna still say it again. I'm gonna say it again. Fuck yeah. I was gonna say, one step forward every single day is 365 days that you've moved forward than you would have if you did nothing. It's essentially what was said. There's nothing to fix there. I've been a little bit more strict with myself, but I think that strictness is out of love. As long as it's out of love, that is what matters to me. Okay. I'm feeling super uncomfy, but uncomfiness is just me. It's just the capacity being opened, and I know that. I'm so grateful to have something to remind me the space that I'm at. No matter what happens, it doesn't matter. I'm grateful to have the reminders that I have with this connection. I'm grateful to have what I have with this, and what it shows me, and what it grounds me into. And I hope that whatever I projected out in this video brings you to whatever you needed to connect to the most to yourself. I think I have a lot of passion, goals, and gifts, and something that would make my day make my life worthy and worth it, is that it gets passed on. The connection that I have to myself gets passed on to the connection people build within themselves, so that we can have a more internally led society. Not because the external is bad, but because the internal is usually the reflection of the external. And when we are more internally led from the soul frequency, we are more connected to what we want to do in our own passions. And we give less control to what the external values as that. and more control to how we value ourselves and what we want to do in moving forward, because that is what is important. That is what is, in my wholehearted opinion, valuable. That is what is valuable to me. That is what is important to me. That is what matters to me. And I'm grateful and I am blessed to have that knowledge, to have that purpose, to have that feeling, to have this knowledge. I am blessed to have this knowledge. This knowledge could have been given to anyone, but it was given to me, and that is a blessing in itself. And I want to sit here and give some gratitude to the world, to the planet, to this person, to me who's watching this at the time, to whoever may be watching this at this time. Thank you for taking your time out of listening to me, because you didn't have to. You didn't have to watch this video. You didn't have to listen to me, but because you did, I give gratitude to that. Because even though I know that I don't need external validation in order to say that I am moving forward, it is very, very, it's an amazing feeling to know that where you're stepping is being validated, is being loved, is being appreciated, is being held with kindness. So I say to y'all, I love y'all so much, and I hope that y'all have a beautiful, deep, connected day, and I will see y'all moving forward. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but I love y'all. Bye.